this historic competition, as this is the jewel in the crown of ASEAN football. Let's take a look at the lineup right here, and you could rely on the likes of Oskari Kekkonen and Sandro Reyes, players who are familiar with one another, even from the U23 ranks.
We have the likes of Daisuke Sato, who will be the captain for the squad, leading the team from the back. The two center backs, Ledel and Sato, will be tested today. The attacking firepower, Bugas, Gayoso, and Mariona.
You could expect that formation to shape-shift with a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3. And with Myanmar, as expected, they are in that 4-3-3 once more. And the likes of Mang Mang Luin and Win Mo Ong, very experienced players who will be pulling the strings in the middle.
This is the second game of Myanmar, and they've made two changes from their opening fixture. Lin Mo Ong gets the start alongside Ngatphon Kant as well.
It is match day number 2 in Group B. The Philippines were given a bye on match day 1, while Myanmar fell to Malaysia 2-1 at home. We'll talk about that later on as you have a look at the game changers for Philippines and Myanmar.
Take a look at the head-to-head record as well of these two sides. The last 3 times the Philippines and Myanmar went up toe-to-toe. Philippines have won 2, and 1 was a draw, which was in the December 2024 ASEAN Championship.
Your match officials in Jin Jingyuan of China will lead the way, and he's assisted by Chao Tang from China and Jufrik Mohammed Shafiq of Singapore. Our fourth official is Mustafa Muhammad Zulfikar of Singapore also. And your VAR crew led by Paudom Sipakon of Thailand, and he's assisted by Petsuri Mongkolchai. Your match commissioner, Abdul Rashid Kamaluddin of Singapore, and your referee assessor is from Thailand. It's none other than Kangram Precha. Interesting here because we did get some hard rains during the warm-ups. So this is going to be tricky for the two sides competing this evening.
For today's matchup, the Philippines have the home advantage. Fresh, it's their opening game, and so zero travel fatigue. They do have a young core team, only 2 players over the age of 30.
Here's Coach Carles Cuadrat for the Philippines. He is Spanish and played for the FC Barcelona reserves and the Spain youth national teams. The Philippines is undefeated in 8 games when you look at the entire picture. 6 wins and 2 draws. We'll jump ship to Myanmar in a bit, of course. And their mentors, Coach Jorn Andersen, who is Norwegian. A recent coaching change that was made by the Burmese.
A very recent change indeed, but he brings with him so much experience. A former Bundesliga top scorer who has had experience as well coaching DPR, Korea, and Hong Kong, and it brings that to this Myanmar side. The core of which have been together every tournament as compared to this Philippines side that has made a lot of changes even from the recent friendlies.
It is very early on into this ASEAN Hyundai Cup 2026 competition. But will Coach Carles Cuadrat deliver the Philippines' first ASEAN title? Will the Chintai join Southeast Asia's elite with Coach Jorn Andersen at the helm? Time will tell, of course, because at the end of the day, it's up to the players on the pitch. The Philippines will be in all blue. Myanmar, the Chintai as they are called, are in all white. And we are off at the new Clark City Stadium. Tricky conditions, as we mentioned again. We did have some torrential rains during the warm-ups. Those rains actually even started before the players made their way onto the pitch. Tricky ball in, a collision between Camarad and Sato. And the Philippines goalkeeper is down in pain.
Philippine goalkeeper tested quickly right from the get-go. Quick movements from Myanmar. Headed away by Sato.
There's also a Burmese player who is down. That's Tan Peng. The 29-year-old, from what I have in our records, is actually making his 50th appearance for his country. Both players who were down are okay to continue. And it is an early corner for Myanmar in white. Here's the signal. This is looking clever from the Chintai. There's the defensive header from Daisuke Sato. Back in the mix. The Burmese could not get it here clearly because they had a player who was offside. Great distribution from Kamarad. This is the curved ball, as we've mentioned again, the waterlogged pitch. There's the stop from Liddell.
Gotta love how Myanmar are quickly addressing this game. Only 2 minutes in, already with a chance, already had that corner.
We talked about this during the warm-ups. You're saying that the conditions actually favor Myanmar.
The team very well known for their counter-attacking style of play. Saw that in their match against Malaysia. Did create a lot of those chances from quick transitions.
There's been that technical style of play for the Philippines since 2024, roughly, with the introduction of coach Albert Capellas. He departed the team due to personal reasons. His assistant, Carles Cuadrat, stepped up in the interim, was eventually named on a permanent basis. It's that seamless transition, as we were talking about. They like to keep the ball on the ground and utilize their technical ability.
Transition from Capellas to Cuadrat. Continuing on with that Spanish influence for the Philippine style of play.
Now they'll try to go down the left. There is a collision. Cleared off by Sato. The assistant referee says it will continue to go the way of Myanmar.
Myanmar have not won against the Philippines since 2004. A record that they'd want to change today. As we mentioned in a recent friendly,
they didn't eventually cross it. Now the Chintai will try to build up, but it's with Reyes. Nobody in front of him. He'll try to take it up on his own. It's easily dispossessed here by Somo Cho. The cross sent in. And Kamarad with the stop. He's able to deny Tan Peng. Flag is eventually raised though.
that quick reaction from Quincy Kamarad. Myanmar looking the more dangerous of the two sides in the opening minutes. Especially from that right-hand side, the cross inside. Tan Peng took it first time. But Quincy with that quick reaction.
So the Philippines won 5-1 again in a friendly with Myanmar last June. But in the 2024 Asean Championship, they battled to a 1-all draw. Mang Luin just silenced Manila with his free kick in the first half, and Bjorn Christensen buried a penalty to rescue a draw for the Philippines. No Bjorn Christensen in this Filipino squad though. Now it's Mang to push. He has the captain's armband. That was not the case though in the recent months. He was out of the national team for some time, was eventually reinstated. And in the process, wins them another corner.
Mang Luin, most capped player for the side of Myanmar. with that experience as well that he brings. He was the goal scorer against the Philippines in the 2024 ASEAN Championship. Both teams very familiar with one another. But Myanmar at the moment, the high press paying off, winning the ball constantly in dangerous areas.
They did start off the game winning a corner also from that very spot. And numbers continue to trickle in here. They go for the near post, off the woodwork, and it's eventually the opener for Myanmar.
Just like that, Myanmar convert. They were aggressive from the game start and rewarded with a goal quickly in this match. Despite making that 12-hour journey, already playing July 25th, they come here today strong with intent and get the goal.
That's Chow Min Oh who was able to bury it. It's been some time since Chow Min Oh was able to find the back of the net for his country. The last time he scored was at the 2022 ASEAN Championship. That was against Laos in an eventual 2-2 draw.
A great delivery. And Chow Min Oh making the most of his physicality, getting the better of the defense of the Philippines.
It's a nightmare start for the home side and their supporters. But it's the complete opposite for the visitors. Let's remember, we do have VAR in this competition, so that goal was confirmed beyond any doubts. No surprise though, Myanmar now with the momentum. It's the first time now for the Philippines to get outside of the penalty area. So Mariona did not chase that down. He felt that he was offside already. You'll see those moments sometimes where a player will opt to chase the ball, whether he's in an offside position already. Some, of course, just try to let the game flow.
We see a constant style of play for the side of Myanmar. Against Malaysia in their opening fixture as well, they did score early.
We'll talk about it also in a bit, but there's another opportunity. They're able to deny Luen Mo Ong, too close for comfort. Chintai knocking on the door once more.
Woods having to come big to get that ball away.
And Mia Kang Kan actually scored the opener in the 9th minute in that eventual 2-1 loss of Myanmar versus Malaysia. Paulo Josue bagged 2 goals in a span of 5 minutes early in the second half. That was enough for the Malaysians to bag the victory, playing away from home. If you're Myanmar, you're hoping that you could change that script a bit. Yes, you get the early goal, now you want to dictate the game. It was a frantic ending that was absolutely entertaining, not just for neutrals, but also for the Myanmar and Malaysia fans. A clear pull by Reyes, and he's in the books of our referee. Definitely some frustration there, I am sensing.
I feel that the Philippines so far in this match have just been absorbing all the pressure coming in from Myanmar. They haven't had that groove or momentum just yet. Myanmar has been dictating the tempo of this game.
This is pretty much just the third game also for Coach Jorn Andersen with the Hyundai. Still winless. He'll try to change his fortunes. Shot from distance that just sailed over the bar. Javi Mariona trying to wake up the team in blue.
Bit of individual brilliance from Mariona. As you mentioned, cheering on that crowd to get along with him. Dribbling his way past players. The shot goes over.
And this is the second ASEAN Championship already when Javi Mariona is taking part. He did play in the 2024 edition. That's on the left. Cayos and Mariona swapping spots. Easily poked away there though by Somo Cho. This game being played to the pace of Myanmar in white. A classic ASEAN side that's very dangerous on the counter. Here's the left-footed cross. The header sails just over.
Myanmar have been so quick in transition, especially down that right-hand side. Nguyen Mo Ong with that pace, leading those counterattacks. Another chance for Myanmar. It's also the first time for this backline of the side of the Philippines. Adeline Sato has the center backs. Sato usually a left back for the Philippines.
That cross appeared to be mishit by Woods. They'll boot it long. Sato to chase along with Nguyen Mo Ong. Two veterans going at it. They'll wait for numbers. Whipped in again. Ends up on the other side. Win Nangtun. He'd like to make amends for last game because he did hit the post in the first half when they were up 1-0. One could imagine, what if that shot at Win Nangtun just got to swerve in just a bit more to the right. Throw-in was taken quite long. Reyes got beaten, appeared to get hit in the face. Referee allows play to continue. Nguyen Nangtun once more, but it's already out of play here, according to our assistant referee on the other end of the pitch. "14 minutes into this game, and Chow Min Oh is the difference maker so far. He got to score in about the 8th minute of this contest. Here's Bugas. Referee allowing them to play once more. Play is eventually stopped though.
Collision between Bugas and Nguyen Nangtun.
Heading into this game, you could be concerned if you're Myanmar because you are winless in the last 3 games. You include the opening day loss versus Malaysia and a loss to the Philippines and Vietnam in international friendlies. But prior to that, they were able to win games against rivals from around the continent with the likes of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Guam.
You see the intention from the Philippines. They want to play it short. They want to pass the ball around. As we mentioned, it did rain right before kickoff. The field condition has favored more of Myanmar, who quickly send it up on top. They do have those speedy players, both on the left and right flank, that have been causing all kinds of trouble for the back line of the Philippines.
And to add to that, you have the dangerous presence of Tan Peng Tan Peng has the second most appearances in this squad. He's behind the all-time leader, Mang Luin, in that category when it comes to appearances for the national team. Bugas just bringing this up on his own. Options left and right. Will take it up on his own. Drifts to the right. Just stopped by the defense here. Chow Min, our goal scorer, was able to get the stop. But it will continue now the way of the Philippines. They are getting some momentum now after a massive wake-up call. Cayoso was able to win this. Mariona taking on Hein Po Win. Reyes. Ricocheted off a defender. It's eventually a corner kick. Let's take a look at the world rankings of our two teams. The Philippines at 135. Myanmar at 158. You could have these rankings on paper, of course, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to what goes on in the pitch. There's the in-swinger. Almost turned in, though. Hyundai just escaping. You see some mixed feelings, though, with that one.
Better from the Philippines. Cross inside the box. Just sails through everyone for curling outwards.
Roblico chases this. Win Nang Tun putting some token pressure. Camera, the intention to distribute. And while you're at it, visit ASEANUnitedFC.com and ASEAN United FC on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. Use the hashtag ASEAN Championship and hashtag ASEAN Hyundai Cup for any of your posts online. This is ASEAN's premier competition, and of course, this is the crown, or the jewel in the crown of ASEAN football. Volleyed by Zin Yi Ong. Goalkeepers, as we know, strive for that clean sheet.
Another thing to note as well with this ASEAN Hyundai Cup 2026, just how much this tournament has grown. From a 2-week centralized tournament, it has evolved to a home or away format in the group stage, with home and away semifinals and finals spanning over 4 weeks. Playing in the ASEAN Hyundai Cup also elevates these players from just their local domestic leagues directly onto that global scouting radar.
It's fitting, of course, that the ASEAN's premier competition is celebrating 30 years in style. Some build-up working the way now of the Chintai. And Myanmar have reached the knockout rounds of the ASEAN Championship on 2 occasions. With runs to the semifinals in 2004 and 2016, when they bowed out to the eventual champions Singapore and Thailand, respectively. They were in position to reach a last four again in 2024 after a draw with the Philippines and a dramatic comeback win against Laos, but bowed out after a defeat to Vietnam in their last group game. But nonetheless, you still see the growth of Myanmar football as a whole. And Sato down in the ground. There's a yellow that's given up. I believe it's against Mang Luin, and he sends his apologies. Here's a look at Noah Liddell just earning his 3rd appearance for the senior national team of the Philippines.
Mang Luen just late to the challenge there. Sweeps Sato off his feet.
Since they reached the last four of the Asean Championship for the first time in 2010, the Philippines have appeared in the knockout rounds in the 5 of the last 8 tournaments. They advanced to the semifinals in 2024 after a 1-0 win in Indonesia and beat Thailand 2-1 in the first leg of their semifinal before bowing out 4-3 on aggregate after a dramatic extra time encounter in Bangkok. The Philippines with a target on their backs, given that they emerged as semi-finalists in the previous edition of this prestigious tournament. It's inside the goalkeeper box. Straight at Camarade, spilled it initially. Flag is up though here from the assistant. They allowed play to carry on. Bugas trying to be cheeky because of the conditions. Reyes eventually gets a late whistle. And the yellow card is given to Hyundai Lin. Reyes enraged there. Now Reyes himself already has a yellow in this game.
Feel the physicality of this match really on another level. 2 players from Myanmar already with the booking, as well as Reyes for the Philippines. It was an extra motion after that was called for and warranted that booking.
And Jarlin making his 20th appearance. And then now there's a whistle against Miat Phon Kan. Players have to control their emotions in a game like this. You could feel the tempers flaring as much as everyone was able to cool down with the rains earlier, about an hour right before kickoff. Roughly 25% into this contest already. It's still 1-0 for Myanmar. That goal of Chow Min Oh was in the 7th minute, to be precise. Dummied by Woods, and Reyes floats it in. There's the reverse header. It was just wide though, as they were trying to go for the back post.
Delivery from Reyes. Gets the touch from Gayoso. Just not enough to send it goal bound. Defense of Myanmar holding strong as well. Making sure it doesn't reach the other attacking players.
Mang Mang's ball was collected by Roblico. Just runs into traffic again. Mang Mang just making himself felt in this contest. And do note also, we continue to have VAR also in this competition. That is also the case in the Asean Club Championship Shopee Cup. There's also a low shin guard, but Bugas getting close to this one. He couldn't reach it. Ball may have had too much power, but he gave the thumbs up for the intention.
See the Philippines slowly growing into this game.
Moraka, he's been silent here, but he did enjoy success again in the last game of the Philippines, which was a friendly last month against Myanmar also. But again, both teams were able to shake up their rosters heading into this tournament.
Philippines with 54% ball possession and 46% for Myanmar. Mention it again, the Philippines who won 5-1 against Myanmar in a friendly. But this is where it counts. And So far, it's Myanmar who have made the adjustments necessary to get that early goal.
Yeah, Chin-Thai are not showing any signs of fatigue at all, but it's still early on to tell. As we know, they took that 12-hour grueling trip to this very stadium. Almost another one here. Desperately cleared. Flag is raised once more on the opposite end.
Set piece opportunities looking very dangerous. Call for offside there. Just by the slightest of margins.
There's also VAR to assist our referees again, and when you look at the game as a whole, we've seen calls that are offside, onside, and they're determined by just the finest of margins. Roblico, he's been struggling with the conditions. He's the type of player who likes to keep the ball in the ground. That's the case for a majority of Filipino players. Kekkonen winning this one from Chao Min-oh.
One thing to note is how quickly Myanmar closed down the players who have the ball.
Skari Kekkonen is nearing the 20th mark already when it comes to appearances. Off on the counter once more, and it's 2-0. Just like that. Tan Peng giving them that massive buffer.
It was a beautiful ball given to Tan Paeng, who just buries it, and it makes the Philippines suffer for another mistake. Possession that was easily converted, and then Myanmar with that quick transition once again.
In his 50th appearance, Tan Peng, the 29-year-old, gives Myanmar a cushion. A textbook, lightning fast from Myanmar on the counter.
Mang Nguyen with that vision to give the ball to Tan Paeng. And you're not surprised with the players who are connecting there. Nguyen Moong, Mang Nguyen, and Tan Paeng, all who have been so lively.
2-0, just like that. 2 goals, 2 different goal scorers for the Burmese. Approaching the half-hour mark as we speak. And a big thank you for joining us, of course. It's Group B action of the Asean Hyundai Cup 2026. It's Philippines in blue, Myanmar in white. You're joining us at the New Clark City Stadium in Kapas, Philippines. ASEAN's premier competition is celebrating 30 years. And this is the jewel in the crown of ASEAN football. Woods will play to the left. Mariano is able to show some promise also in this game. Promising cutback, but it was the defender who was first to get it. If only they had a player in that right spot at the right time. Credit to the defense. Here's Sato. Mariona. There are plenty of U23 players here when you look at the Philippine side. Sato was beaten in that instance. It's another chance. A relatively shaky moment there. Roblico was able to get in the way of Win Nangton as they are resetting now. keeper out of his line. The defenders, Heinze Arlin, Shomo Cho, were able to do well at first, but I obviously spoke too soon. Mariona dummied it. Scott Woods, Maraca, Reyes, dribbles inside, Maraca, squared it to a defender. And Mang Mang with confidence. Just a bit of the juggle just before getting a clearance, making it look oh so casual. Referee gives advantage. The Bugas cross, Gayoso held on to. They're putting up the pressure. Can the Chintai hold on? Will the Philippines get a lifeline? Woods. Mariana with the cross. Headed. Somo Cho. Now it's Rublico. Still unable to control that one. Bugas relying on willpower. Kekkonen. Rublico. The Philippines keeping the ball well in the attacking third. And they are saying that this is a penalty won by Gayoso. He was hit in the torso. He actually got hit twice in that very long spell in the attacking third of the Philippines. Sin Yeong furious because the last time Myanmar conceded a penalty, things went their opponent's way and they eventually relinquished the lead in the later stages of the game. But hey, they now have a 2-goal cushion.
It was just a shoulder onto the back of Gayoso. Gayoso gets to the ball first. And Mamang Nguyen gets most of Gayoso. And no contact with the ball. Another yellow card given by the referee.
And that's against Nyat Phong Kant, the 19-year-old. He's making his debut according to our records. And we are starting to have these several conferences on the pitch.
If the call stands, the Philippines will have a chance. A lifeline in the first half.
And our referee, Jin Jing Yuan, is having a look at VAR himself. He has his team, of course, but the referee is allowed to take a look. It's these breaks of the game, of course. It could just swing things the way of the Philippines, or they could maintain the situation with momentum going the way of the Burmese. Let's have a look ourselves.
Checking to see if the call will stand. You see Gayoso gets to the ball first. We're just trying to check if the contact was made before he got to the ball or after.
It's referee Jin Jing Yuan once more from China. He's having a look at the monitor himself. So they are checking for a possible no penalty. And while you are at it, for news and information, visit ASEANUnitedFC.com and ASEAN United FC on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. Use the hashtag ASEAN Championship and hashtag ASEAN Hyundai Cup. So later, Malaysia and Laos will square off at 9 p.m. GMT +8. It is Malaysia who will be hosting that game. And Thailand, runners-up of the 2024 ASEAN Championship, are on a rest day today, given that we have 5 teams in Group B. looks like the decision is made and it will be communicated to everyone present right when the referee gets to the pitch. And the referee says there is no penalty and was saying with his hand signal that was a simulation, as some would describe it as. Yes, you're up 2-0 if you're Myanmar, but that's obviously a sigh of relief because Malaysia got back with a goal in open play and eventually took the lead with a penalty in their last meeting to open things off here in the Asean Hyundai Cup 2026.
The Philippines will have to find another way through.
Reyes just lost the handle. Mang continuing to just control this game. Mat Kong Kan. Win Nang Tun. Straight at camera though. We've been seeing plenty of instances where the Burmese would get shots on target and the assistant referee would raise his flag for potential offside or foul. Now Pocholo Bugas is able to connect this time around, but Mat Kong Kan has gotten the better of him and Santi Roblico. We talked about Myanmar mastering this damp or wet pitch. But if the pitch dries up, do you say this somewhat favors the Philippines, or will it even dry up in the nick of time? Because we are nearing the halftime break already. We still have stoppage time, mind you.
Here at the Philippines, of course, you want to end the first half on a better note. You're on the attack once again. A touch too heavy. And Myanmar have executed the game plan to perfection, whether it's on their quick attacks or their physical dominance when it comes to defense, man marking, knowing which attacking players to make sure that they don't get a hold of the ball. And that midfield battle, you feel that Myanmar have had the better of the two. The likes of Mang Luin and Mat Kong Kan and Chow Min Oo, very vital, not only in winning back possession, but when it comes to creating the chances up on top.
We got to talk about Coach Carlos Cuadrat, the Spanish coach of the Philippines earlier. Let's talk about Coach Jorn Andersen, the Norwegian, a former international for his country with 5 goals in 27 appearances. Other than that, football's really in their blood because Andersen's son, Nicholas himself, also became a professional footballer and played in the Bundesliga. Let's get this also. The Philippines played North Korea in early 2016. Andersen eventually handled the North Koreans later that year. The Philippines played Hong Kong in 2024, months after Andersen's departure from that squad. Now he gets to face the Philippines in blue again. Roblico gets it to the middle. Gayoso dropping down to support. Maraca, he's trying to stabilize the ship. And Scott Woods. That's with Javi Mariona. He plays in the USL system again in the United States. As the shot from Gayoso and secured by the keeper once more, calmly.
Build up from the Philippines, chance on goal, but a comfortable save from Zin Yin Yeong.
We have a good number of awards up for grabs in this tournament. So we have a recap of our scorers once more. 2 goals, 2 different goal scorers right here. Han Peng and Chow Min Oh, your goal scorers for Myanmar. Philippines will resume play in a bit. The early favorites to be the Asean Hyundai Cup 2026 Myanmar top goal scorer are Vietnam's Nguyen Dinh Bach and Indonesia's Mitchell Baker. They have 3 goals each. Inside the goalkeeper box. Flag is up though here from our assistant referee on the closer end.
As we mentioned, it is the Philippines' opening match in Group B. As for Myanmar, though they lost against Malaysia at home, I feel that they've made the necessary adjustments in this matchup. And so far, they have the lead.
This game is currently being played at the New Clark City Stadium in Capas. We are roughly about 100 kilometers north of the capital of Manila. This marks the first time that this venue is hosting a match in the ASEAN Championship. Other venues used, of course, in the Philippines' previous hosting of this prestigious tournament are the Rizal Memorial Stadium in Manila, the Panaad Stadium in Bacolod, and the Philippine Sports Stadium relatively nearby in Bulacan. Off they go on a counter once more. Santos here to keep the Philippines afloat. This is the second ASEAN Championship that Quincy Camara, the goalkeeper of the Philippines, is taking part in. He made his debut in the very last group stage game of the 2024 ASEAN Championship. His senior goalkeeper Patrick Data was injured. Camara was thrown into the fire, you could say. And he was man of the match in that close-fought win of the Philippines versus Indonesia. He became that hero, of course. Also got to suit up in the semifinals, wherein the Philippines squared off with Thailand over 2 legs.
That run for the Philippines, of course. In that first matchup in the Philippines, they won against Thailand for the first time in 52 years, but eventually lost the second leg.
And this is a free kick from a dangerous area. Off the back of Mariona. He'll send it in once more. Very routine for the keeper. He got to just meet that ball of Hein Po Win. That's got to be frustrating here if you're the Philippines. You're unable to distribute. Just gift it back to the Burmese.
While Myanmar, on the other hand, created plenty of opportunities and couldn't convert them against Malaysia. But this time around, they've been clinical up on top, whether it's set piece or open play. Have that 2-goal advantage right before the break.
There you go, 3 minutes of additional time. That's confirmed by our 4th official. Kamrad punched that away given the conditions again. Our 4th official, Mustafa Muhammad Zulfikar, just confirmed the additional time here. Bugas just slipping and sliding. Chao Mino. Mang Mang Luin. Headed back by Woods over to Kamarad. They'll restart this. But that's the second time they're unable to get the connection in terms of distribution. The intent is there, as we know. But Myanmar also in control of this contest.
A lot of moments for the side of the Philippines. They've been giving the ball away cheaply.
Woods is whistled for a foul though here. And this Met Kang Kan, who was fouled, wins a free kick. The Philippines got a number of free kicks, but they were mainly in the midfield. Myanmar's, in contrast, are well inside the attacking third.
Good spot there from the referee. Woods taking down Myat Kong Kan. An opportunity for Myanmar. Right before the break, a set piece opportunity in a very dangerous area.
Myanmar, as you recall, scored off a corner. This is from a similar angle. It is off the Filipino defense. The 10-nation group stage of the Asean Hyundai Cup 2026 commenced last July 2024, and it will run up until August 8 with matches to be played in a single round-robin format, home and away. You will also have the home and away knockout rounds that will start on August 15 and will conclude on August 26. Secured once more by Camarade. Just gifted to Myanmar. Almost another one. Camarade had that bounce. Read well. Time close to expiring in the first half. There's a bit of that frantic pace. And there you go. That is the halftime whistle. It's 2 for Myanmar and it's 0 for the Philippines. A statement from the visitors. Chow Min-oh started things off with a bang. And what more, Tan Pang gave the Burmese a much needed cushion. Just what they ordered, of course. And it's a game where they are looking to bounce back after losing to Malaysia on opening day. Continue to stay with us, of course, as we will be back in a bit.
Terduga Kenji Nishioka masuk di pertandingan baru saja berlangsung. Langsung mengambil inisiatif serangan para pemain Filipina. Mariona tadi. Ya, penjaga gawang Zin Nyi Aung. Rubiko pendek saja kita lihat Nake Konen. Umpan yang tidak cermat. Tidak disangka-sangka telah penjaga gawang Quincy Camerat harus kebobolan 2 gol langsung di babak pertama tadi. Rubiko. Nampaknya bola sudah keluar lapangan pertandingan. Ya, materi pemain dari Filipina hampir sama seperti 2 tahun lalu saat mereka mengandaskan perlawanan Indonesia dan menggagalkan Indonesia yang saat itu turun di pimpin pelatih Sintayong dengan materi pemain di bawah usia 22 tahun. Rubiko. Bukan sebuah pelanggaran. Lempar ke dalam buat Myanmar. Tentu saja mereka akan sedikit lebih santai dibanding pemain Filipina yang lebih terburu-buru. Miat Khan langsung ke kotak penalti, ada Mariona. Reyes potong saja oleh Ziyar. Miat Khan bola keluar dan menghasilkan tendangan penjuru pertama di babak kedua. Kapten ke-11 Maung Luin kembali akan menjadi eksekutor. Nampak mendekati nomor punggung 20 Miat Khan. Di sudut lapangan. Kapten ke-11 Maung Luin. Ada sekitar 5 pemain dari Myanmar berada di kotak penalti. 6 pemain, 7 pemain, sangat berbahaya, lakukan sudah. Berbahaya tadi, langsung menuju dalam gawang. Ziyar. Maung Luin. Hadapan dengan Nishioka. Lalu dikuasai oleh Reyes. Serangan balik. Gagal Miroka tadi. Rubiko, Nishioka. Duel antara nomor punggung 11 Maung Luin dan juga Kenji Nishioka. Inilah Maung Luin. Bola nampaknya untuk Filipina. Ya, Filipina memang lebih dikenal sebagai raja bola basket Asia Tenggara dibanding sebagai raja sepak bola. Sepak bola mereka belum memiliki prestasi yang sangat bagus bahkan dalam lingkup Asia Tenggara. Ya, seperti yang saya sudah sebutkan tadi, hanya sukses 5 kali menjadi semifinalis Piala AFF tahun 2010, 2012, 2014 dan terakhir tahun 2024. Sedangkan Myanmar baru 2 kali menjadi semifinalis. Nying Aun tadi, Daisuke Sato, bola ke tengah tadi. Nishioka. Nishioka umpan cepat ke depan, arahkan pada Gayoso, sudah dikawal dengan sangat baik oleh So Chiao. Ziyar Lin sangat baik, kini Luin play on jelas. Maung Luin umpan langsung ke kotak penalti, mudah buat penjaga gawang kamera kini Mariona. Dicuri saja oleh Miat Khan. Masih Myanmar mencoba melakukan tekanan. Masih gagal kita lihat. Rubico. Ledel. Nishoka. Serangan balik dari Filipina ke kanan. Mariona. Galang. Nishoka. Crossing langsung ke kotak penalti. Masih gagal kita lihat. Coba dikejar oleh Reyes. Berduel Reyes. Berduel. Di pojok kita lihat pelanggaran dilakukan oleh Reyes. Semakin frustasi kita lihat para pemain dari Filipina. Zinyi Aung. Rubico, Filipina mencoba melakukan tekanan. Pelanggaran terhadap Reyes tadi. Sangat jelas terlihat nomor punggung 6 melakukan pelanggaran terhadap Reyes. Tendangan bebas Filipina. Langsung ke kotak penalti. Digas tadi. Dibiarkan saja oleh Ziyar Hadlin. Ya, stadion ini merupakan stadion baru yang dipakai di SEA Games 2019, di mana saat itu Filipina menjadi tuan rumah SEA Games. Tapi sepak bola lebih banyak diselenggarakan di Stadion Rizal Memorial. Coba menekan Filipina, masih gagal. Nishoka cepat memberikan lempar ke dalam. Kosong kita lihat. Oh, shooting menyentuh Nisar. Shooting lagi Nishoka. Mirauka tadi melakukan shooting pertama. Menyentuh Mister gawang. Dan Nishoka gagal untuk menyambutnya. Hanya melenceng, kita lihat bagaimana umpan cepat tadi pada Mariona. Berikan langsung cutback. Mirauka menyentuh Mister. Disambut lagi Nishoka. Lenceng jauh di kanan tadi. Kembali serangan dari Filipina. Reyes tak berhasil keluar dari kawalan para pemain Myanmar. Kembali serangan dari Myanmar. Shooting langsung dari kapten kesebelasan, masih jauh tadi. Mong Luin ke arah gawang dari Kamerat. Penguasaan bola tetap dimiliki oleh Filipina dengan 60% berbanding 40. Tapi meski demikian, Filipina tetap gagal untuk bisa mencetak gol. Bukan sebuah pelanggaran. Serangan cepat dari Myanmar. Maing Nguyen Chun. Oh, kosong Luin. Ahai. Sudah saja dipatahkan kiri Kinji Nishoka. Membuka ruang, kita lihat ada Miroka. Masih umpan yang tidak baik dilakukan oleh Kenji Nishioka, pemain berdarah Jepang. Umpan jauh kita lihat ada Mau Maung Luin, Ziar Hun Lin, Reyes, sangat bagus. Miroka, Conan, umpan cepat ke kiri kembali pada Kenji. Masih Kenji berhadapan dengan Ziar. Apakah sebuah pelanggaran? Oh, bukan sebuah pelanggaran, meskipun terlihat terjatuh tadi. Nishioka gagal melewati back dari Myanmar, yaitu Hun Piowin. Memang bukan sebuah pelanggaran. Jatuh terkena angin tadi, kita lihat Kenji Nishioka. Kenji ke tengah pada Reyes, lebar dia ke kanan Mariona. Pelanggaran terhadap Mariona. Kehilangan momentum tadi, kita lihat Filipina sudah sangat bebas untuk bisa mencetak gol. Masih cukup jauh untuk melakukan tembakan langsung. Mungkin set piece akan dilakukan Reyes pada rekannya. Masih kita tunggu. Pemirsa GTV, lakukan sudah Reyes. Dalam kotak penalti ditinju saja oleh Zin. Datang lagi Miroka. Shooting Miroka terlalu jauh, kita lihat. Masih gagal serangan-serangan yang dilakukan para pemain Filipina. Kita lihat bagaimana antisipasi penjaga gawang dari Myanmar. Shooting dari Reyes masih melenceng jauh. Tendangan penjuru buat Filipina. Reyes akan melakukan. Meminta belas kasihan Miroka untuk diberikan tendangan penjuru buat Filipina. Tapi wasit Ching Yuan dari China tetap kekeh dengan keputusannya. Inilah Miroka. Apakah akan diganti? Kita tunggu pemirsa. Banyak ada satu pemain Myanmar nomor punggung 25, yaitu Miat Thon Khan. Dan dimanfaatkan para pemain lainnya untuk minum. Masuk ke menit ke-61. Masih tertinggal 0-2 Filipina dari Myanmar lewat gol yang diciptakan di babak pertama oleh Min Chao-do di menit ke-6. Dan juga Paing Tan di menit ke-27. Masih terpincang-pincang, kita lihat Phon Miat Khan. Inilah Miroka, gelandang dari Filipina. Zin. Lalu jauh kita lihat umpan dari Zin. Tendangan penjuru Filipina kembali. Ini peluang buat Filipina untuk bisa mencetak gol, setidaknya memperkecil kedudukan. Masih tertinggal 0-2. Reyes lakukan sudah. Yang dekat sudah tadi bergerak. Oh, kembali tendangan penjuru dihasilkan buat Filipina. Kita lihat bagaimana dalam tayangan ulang. Gayoso gagal tadi untuk menyambut bola dengan sempurna. Nampaknya Daisuke Sato kini jadi kapten ke-11-an. Dari Reyes melakukan sudah. Hampir saja disambar oleh Gayoso. Play on. Baik tekanan lakukan pada Filipina. Lewing out. Serangan balik. Tempaing. Sangat baik langsung ke kotak penalti. Pada Naing Wintun. Masih Naing Wintun. Arahkan langsung ke kotak penalti. Sayang tidak ada rekan. Umpan yang terlalu terburu-buru. Dan salah sasaran kita lihat. Yes. Ledel. Filipina dari bawah. Tadi kaki Ziar, kini Maung Luin. Masih Maung. Shooting Maung. Ahai. Shooting yang sangat-sangat baik tadi. Masih melayang di atas, maksudnya di samping gawang kanan dari kamera. Kita saksikan dalam tayang ulang pemirsa GTV. Terlalu jauh tadi. Reyes. Umpan cepat ke depan arahkan pada Gayoso. Sudah disambar duluan tadi oleh Hon Lin. Balik cepat dari Myanmar. Oh, crossing tadi. Naing Wintun. Deraih lagi. Miat Khan. Kotak penalti Maung Luin. Kini tendangan penjuru buat Myanmar. Tendangan penjuru yang ketiga kalinya buat Myanmar. Akan dilakukan oleh Kaum Miat Khan. Kaum Miat Khan lakukan sudah di tiang jauh. Sudah tadi oleh nomor punggung 9 Paing Tan. Oh, nomor punggung 6 nampaknya Min Chodo. Ledel. Kita berusaha untuk robos pertahanan ketat Myanmar Filipina, tapi masih gagal. Serangan dari Filipina. Daisuke Sato ke kotak penalti dan ahai. Masih gagal tadi meskipun Mariona mencoba menyambut bola tadi. Crossing yang sangat baik dilakukan oleh Sato dengan kaki kirinya tadi disambut oleh Mariona, tapi kawalan yang cukup ketat dilakukan para pemain Myanmar menyulitkan Mariona tadi untuk menerima bola dengan sempurna. Belum keluar. Ledel, Galvik, kosong kita lihat di kanan pemain Filipina. Mariona mencoba melari cepat, dikawal langsung. Ada 5 pemain Filipina melakukan tekanan kini Reyes. Coba Mariona langsung bola sangat baik Gayoso dan gol! Gayoso di menit ke-67 mampu memperkecil kedudukan menjadi 2-1. Gayoso menyambut umpan yang sangat baik dan sukses menjebol gawang Jin Nyinyi Aung dari Myanmar dengan sontekan yang sangat baik tadi dilakukan oleh Gayoso nomor punggung 9. Kita lihat umpan yang sangat terukus, kupas yang sangat luar biasa, visi yang luar biasa dari Mariona kepada Gayoso. Dengan satu sontekan kita lihat mampu menjebol gawang Myanmar yang dikawal oleh Jin Nyinyi Aung. Inilah Gayoso, Jarve Gayoso, kelahiran Las Pilas 29 tahun yang lalu, berpostur 181 cm, bermain di Liga Thailand bersama Bangkok FC sejak tahun 2025. Ini merupakan golnya yang ke-6 dari 35 pertandingannya bersama timnas Filipina. Nama lengkapnya adalah Javier Agustin Ocampo Gayoso. Dia juga bisa bermain sebagai gelandang menyerang. Ya, wasit telah mensahkan 2-1 kini. Tinggal Filipina. Paing. Kesempatan buat Filipina untuk menyamakan kedudukan. Semakin bersemangat nampaknya para pemain Filipina setelah mencetak 1 gol tadi lewat Gayoso. Lalu banyak melakukan atraksi. Kita lihat satu. Langsung ke depan. Nisoka masih handsball nampaknya Nisoka. Dinilai oleh wasit Chin Ching Yuan dari China. Telah lebih dahulu kena tangan dari Kenji Nishioka. Sebuah pelanggaran. Tekanan dilakukan para pemain dari Myanmar. Sudah keluar tadi, bola yang dikuasai oleh Kaung Miat Khan. Makin bersemangat para pemain Filipina setelah mencetak 1 gol. Dan Filipina tentu saja harus bisa setidaknya menahan imbang Myanmar. Kalau perlu memang harus mencetak kemenangan untuk memperbesar peluangnya lolos ke babak semifinal. Pelanggaran dilakukan oleh Tang Paing, striker Myanmar. Dan mencetak gol tadi lewat sudut kepala di menit ke-27. duel di udara. Kini Maung Win. Dan cepat langsung ke depan pada Tan Pai. Ugelvik Rukoba. Kuat ke Rukoba. Bola keluar tadi. Inilah Rukoba. Tapi ada Santi Rubliko. Back kiri sebetulnya, tapi bisa bermain sebagai back kanan Rubliko. Ada serangan Maung Win shooting. Aha. Lalu jauh tadi. Shooting dari kapten sebelasan Maung Win. Semakin berada dalam tekanan para pemain Myanmar setelah Filipina mampu mencetak gol tadi lewat Gayoso. Suki Sato yang kini bermain sebagai posisi bek kiri. Pendek saja kepada Reyes. Si Reyes. Hadang cepat tadi. Sulit buat Reyes. Bisa menguasai bola dengan sempurna. Tekanan dari Filipina, umpan langsung ke depan, arahkan kepada Mariona, bola terlalu jauh. Nomor punggung 2 dari Myanmar, bek kanan Heun Pyo Win nampaknya keluar. Gayoso berduel tadi. Rubliko, biasa Rubliko menggagalkan serangan dari main Myanmar. Ke dalam Filipina. Waktu memasuki menit ke-75, masih tertinggal 2-1 Filipina. Kiri serangan dari Miat Khan. Masih Miat Khan dicuri saja, sangat baik dari Ugalvik. Yes. Tidak ada rekan, mudah saja dikuasai oleh Somo Chow. Baik, Reyes. Masih Reyes. Langsung pada Nishioka. Masih Nishioka. Depan langsung umpan yang tidak terukur dari Nishioka. Yang kita lihat masih cukup sulit. Meskipun terus menggempur pertahanan dari Myanmar, para pemain Filipina. Tadi ada pergantian pemain dari Filipina, nomor punggung 9 keluar Gayoso, masuk nomor punggung 13. Punggung 13 dari Filipina adalah Martini Ray. Ray. Masih unggul kita lihat para pemain Myanmar. Meskipun terus para pemain Filipina tiada henti terus menyerang. Ray tadi. Sangat keras tadi benturan dua pemain Filipina dan juga Myanmar. Siapa yang diincar oleh wasit, nampaknya pemain Filipina akan mendapatkan kartu kuning. Benturannya sangat keras. Meminta tim medis untuk segera masuk. Sepertinya satu. Ya, satu tadi. Menunggu. Dan tidak melihat, kita lihat pemain Myanmar untuk menabrak satu. Sebelum satu pun terpleset sesungguhnya. Dan kartu kuning nampaknya buat satu. Nah, tindakan yang tidak hati-hati dan berbahaya tadi. Kartu kuning buat satu. Harus mendapatkan perawatan. Satu di dalam punggung 15 Kanmin dari Myanmar. Menunggu waktu untuk dipersilakan masuk Daisuke Sato. Serangan niatkan langsung ke kotak penalti, berbahaya. Ada Ugalvik, Reyes, serangan balik Rubliko, sayang tadi gagal. Nishoka. Garis pertahanan Myanmar nampaknya tidak turun meskipun sudah unggul. Mereka tetap menjaga jarak di garis pertahanan dari Filipina. Tentu saja ini agar Filipina tidak terlalu leluasa untuk melakukan serangan ke area Myanmar. Maung Luin ke depan pada Tan Paing. Berduel tadi nomor punggung 4 dari Filipina. Tet Aung gagal, Tet Aung. Kanmin melakukan lemparan ke dalam. Kanmin arahkan langsung pada Tan Paing. Ada Ledel, Merauka buang bola. Sudah ditunggu sangat baik oleh Chowdo. Arahkan langsung kepada Tet Aung. Sangat baik kita lihat. Tidak mampu mengejar Daisuke Sato. Langsung sudah masuk lagi kita lihat. Sangat baik dilakukan dengan sundulan yang sangat cantik. Nomor punggung 17 dari Myanmar menjadikan kini Myanmar unggul 3-0. Sebuah sundulan yang sangat cantik kita lihat dilakukan oleh Pio Sow. Kita lihat proses golnya, tidak mampu mengejar Daisuke Sato, dan Tet Aung memberikan umpan kepada Pio Sow. dan mengubah skor menjadi 3-0 buat keunggulan. Maksudnya 3-1 buat keunggulan Myanmar. Oh, nomor punggung 10 nampaknya mencetak gol. Di menit 82, Naing Win Chun mencetak gol. 3-1 unggul Myanmar atas tuan rumah Filipina. Rubliko, Ray, Ziar berduel di udara. Miat Khan, Maung Luin, kiri kepada Miat Khan, crossing berbahaya, Paing dan gol! Luar biasa kita lihat. Paing Tan menjebol gawang Filipina untuk keempat kalinya. Sebuah proses gol yang sangat cantik. Tan Paing kita lihat bagaimana proses Miat Khan, Maung Luin buat memberikan umpan ke kiri pada Miat Khan. Sudah ditunggu oleh Tan Paing. Sundulan yang sangat berkelas, menjebol gawang Kamerat untuk mengubah skor menjadi 4-1. Semakin sulit buat Filipina untuk sekedar mengimbangi atau menjadikan skor imbang, karena memang sudah tertinggal sangat jauh dan pertandingan tinggal sesaat lagi akan segera berakhir, pertandingan babak kedua. Daisuke Sato nampaknya semakin kehabisan tenaga. Yang mendapatkan peringatan wasit nomor punggung 6, Min Chodo. Reyes. Pendek saja, ada Mariona. Reyes arahkan langsung di kotak penalti. Disapu kembali oleh nomor punggung 17, Pio Piaesoe. Reyes. Masih Reyes. Berputar kembali ke belakang pada Merauka. Oh, masuk kepada Ray. Sambut kembali Rubliko. Kuasai bola Rubliko. 4-0. Tan Paing 2 gol di menit 28 dan 83. Sisanya adalah nomor punggung 7 tadi. Kamerat jauh ke depan. Sprint yang sangat baik, peluang dari Filipina, namun gagal. Rita tadi coba berlari lebih cepat tapi tetap tidak mampu untuk menguasai bola dengan sempurna. Tendangan penjuru buat Filipina. Reyes di tiang jauh mencoba menghampiri Mariona. Mirauka ke belakang pada Rubliko. Daisuke Sato, masih Sato, umpan langsung ke depan. Reyes, Rita. Bola dianggap mengenai kaki Rita. Semakin sulit buat Filipina. Daisuke Sato harus keluar. Memang sudah seperti kehabisan napas. Dan nomor punggung 10 Myanmar, digantikan oleh punggung 14. Dan 8 pun masuk, kita lihat punggung 8 dari Myanmar. 8 adalah Wain Lin Aung. Sedangkan nomor punggung 14 dari Myanmar yang baru masuk adalah Aung Myo Kan. Salah tadi. Reyes, Mariona. Kembali bola coba dikuasai para pemain Filipina. Masih gagal, kita lihat. Setengah menit lagi, waktu normal pertandingan babak kedua akan segera berakhir. Sekarang menjadi seorang gelandang, kita lihat Mariona. Reyes, Nishoka. Masih Nishoka. Berpindah ke kiri Rubliko. Rita. Rubliko ke belakang. Galvik. Ledel. Si Ledel. Oh, lepas kita lihat. Tapi sudah ditunggu sangat baik oleh Chowdo. Lemparan ke dalam buat Filipina. Beberapa detik lagi memasuki masa tambahan waktu 5 menit di babak kedua. Martini Rey shooting. Oh, cukup berbahaya tadi. Menyamping di sisi kiri gawang dari Jin Nyinyi Aung. Luar biasa Myanmar. Setelah di pertandingan pertama kalah 2-1 dari Malaysia, kini mampu memiliki kemenangan yang sangat spektakuler atas Filipina yang sebetulnya lebih diunggulkan. Lihat prestasi mereka dan pemain mereka. Oh, serbuan dari Myanmar kembali membahayakan gawang Filipina. Mirauka. Filipina jelas lebih diunggulkan dibanding Myanmar. Ziar. Ada Rubliko. Oh, belum keluar nampaknya. Sapu ke depan tadi. Ada Rubliko. Kontrol yang tidak cermat. Kapten sebelasan Maung Luin. Sangat baik, sudah ditunggu, kita lihat. Nishoka, yang kini agak jauh ke bawah bermain, Yugalvik. Reyes, masih Reyes. Mariona. Luar biasa semangat tempur pemain-pemain dari maksudnya Myanmar. Reyes. Galvik kembalikan kepada Reyes. Pelanggaran. Shoka. Shoka, masih Nishoka. Ledel tadi. Kenji Nishioka. Tuh, sangat baik kita lihat. Bukan sebuah pelanggaran. Posisi sangat bagus melakukan serangan balik para pemain Myanmar. Tet Au, masih Tet Au. Kanmin, Mong, masih Mong Luin. Crossing langsung di kotak penalti. Coba dikejar oleh Maung Myokan. Masih Myokan. Angkat langsung ke kotak penalti. Sudah ditunggu nampaknya. Mirauka. Rita. Coba mengejar Rita. Sangat baik dalam melindungi bola kita lihat. Yang dilakukan oleh nomor punggung 15 Kanmin. Shoka. Rubliko. Reyes. Sangat baik. Miroka kepada Rita. Masih Rita. Angkat ke kotak penalti. Ada Aldi Guer di situ, tapi bola terlalu jauh. Padahal Filipina sempat memperkecil kedudukan dan menghidupkan peluang menyamakan kedudukan, tapi 2 gol tambahan lagi dari Myanmar semakin membuat Filipina sulit mengejar dari ketertinggalan. Belum berhenti untuk berusaha mencetak gol lewat Miroka. Filipina, Reyes angkat ke kotak penalti, masih gagal tadi, dan wasit asal China Chin Chun-yuan telah meniup peluit panjang, tanda berakhirnya pertandingan babak kedua antara Filipina melawan Myanmar yang berlangsung di Stadion New Clark City Athletics yang terletak di Capas, Tarlac, Filipina. Stadion baru yang dipergunakan untuk SEA Games 2019. Di mana skor akhir adalah 4-1 buat keunggulan sang tamu Myanmar. Di mana nanti gol-gol diciptakan oleh Chowdo menit ke-6. Lalu ada Paing Tan di menit ke-27 dan 82. Dan juga ada gol dari Naing Win Chun. Inilah gol-gol yang diciptakan oleh Myanmar, dan 1 gol dari Filipina diciptakan oleh Javier Gayoso di menit ke-67. Ya, ini menjadikan peluang Myanmar ke semifinal semakin terbuka untuk bisa bersaing dengan Malaysia ataupun juga Thailand. Tapi tentu saja Myanmar sangat berharap Thailand mampu mengalahkan Malaysia nantinya. Inilah statistik pertandingan. Sebetulnya Filipina jauh untuk menguasai permainan, menguasai bola dengan 62% berbanding 38%. Kesempatan juga ternyata lebih dimiliki oleh Myanmar meskipun mereka kalah dengan penguasaan bola dengan 15 kali kesempatan. Dan kesempatan mencapai target hanya 2 dari Filipina, 8 dari Myanmar. Akurasi syuting 50% berbanding 18%. Unggul Myanmar, corner lebih banyak Filipina. Myanmar hanya 4.